Hey guys, it's me Dominique coming at you guys with another video. I think this is video number 3 today. I am going to link the other 2 videos somewhere in this video. Today's video I'm going to be doing, hold on. I feel like the sun is washing out my lipstick. Today's video is going to be the mommy scenario tag. If you want to know what lipstick I just put on, this is Rose Hip, Milani's Rose Hip. Okay, now today's video is going to be the mommy scenario tag. I wasn't really tagged to do it, but as you guys know, with all tags I do them anyway just because I feel like it. And being that me being away from YouTube is mommy related, which I've stated in this video right here, I felt it was appropriate for this to be a comeback or a hey how you doing type video to get the ball rolling again. So I'm going to be looking at my computer. My computer has the questions because I found the questions, and so if I look over at my computer to read the questions, forgive me, but that's how I got the questions. First question is, your kid is refusing to eat dinner. Do you stand your ground or demand they eat what you made or make something else? Okay, as you guys know, I have a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old. I don't really have this issue, number one, because I'm not the official cook in the house. So we don't really have that issue with me cooking per se. But my 8-year-old tends to be kind of choosy sometimes. And he wants to act up if it's something new or something that doesn't smell appealing to him or doesn't look appealing, and he'll be like, oh, I don't want that. If my child is refusing to eat, my 2-year-old at that age, I mean, I never really had to deal with a picky eater per se, so she eats pretty much whatever we give her. My 8-year-old, he's picky like I said, so if he refuses to eat, I usually tell him, depending on how things looking in the kitchen, if he has the option to eat something else, like if we cook something and he's like, oh, I don't want that, then I'm like, okay, make a sandwich or make a hot dog or something. But if we ran out of hot dogs and sandwiches and like all we really have is what we have and we're trying to stretch it until we can go grocery shopping again, I'll tell him, you eat that or you don't eat nothing, that's it. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, I don't want to eat anything, and I'm like, alright, take a shower or go to bed. You don't have to eat. Is either you eat what we have or you don't eat it all, or you find something else to eat. And that's just that. Number 2, your kid has a meltdown at the store. Nothing is working to calm down. Do you leave and come back another time, or you grit your teeth and finish shopping? Depending on how bad the meltdown is. I don't really have that problem with my 8-year-old, my 2-year-old, toddler, terrible twos. I can kind of gauge if it's a real tantrum and she's really upset about something, or she's hurting, or she just is ready to be, she's restless or whatever, and if she's just a cry for an attention because of her cries. Like if she's wailing and going crazy and screaming, then yeah, I'm gonna leave the store. But if it's which is exactly how she sounds, I'm going to ignore her. And sometimes I look up like, really? And I like literally stare at her, and when I stare at her, she'll like, her whimpers start to slow her eventually stop, or she'll just stop and start laughing because I'm just staring at her. And usually when I do that, like, because she's already gotten attention to everyone, then when she's with her so I just look at her, and then everybody is looking at me, and I'm like, basically we're doing this stare down to see who's gonna win. But that's how. But if it's really bad, I'll leave. If not, I'll just let her go on until she's. Mommy, open it. Mommy, open it. Number 3, your kid gets too many toys for their birthday. Do you make them return? Do you make some returns or save them for a rainy day? I promise I can read. I never really had the issues with too many toys. Most of the time when people ask me, I always say like clothes or something educational, and usually people get them. If it's too many toys, I will give away to another kid that we know. I don't really return stuff. I don't really make people give me the option to make returns. If they get too much stuff, I just give it away to somebody else who I feel like will benefit from it. Number 4, your child is processing sleep. Do you give in at 3 a.m., get them up and turn on a movie? Or do you continue to rock them, nurse them, try to get them back to sleep? As you guys know, I have a toddler, 2-year-old. She still gets up in the middle of the night. She still wants the milk, even though it's like cow's milk. It's not like formula or anything, whatever. I do not give in. When she wakes up in the middle of the night, mind you, I am tired. My husband's tired because she sleeps in the bed with us. And I still have to get up at 6 a.m. Sometimes, well, it's probably been like 5:45 recently because I've been trying to get up before everyone else and meditate and start my day on the correct path. So she's up at, it's like, she's getting up 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not giving in to stay up with her. I'm making her go back to sleep, or I'm just going to sleep on her. Usually when she gets up in the middle of the night, it's just because she wants milk. I've been trying to wean her off of the milk, so sometimes like she just gets whiny and then she goes back to sleep, and that's that. But I'm not giving in when it comes to sleep. I don't play with sleep. I believe in sleep training, even though I'm not really practicing it per se. But like with the naps and stuff, I'm kind of getting it. But I'm not giving in. I'm not going to stay up with you. I'm not going to let you stay up. You're going to go back to sleep, and that's what it's going to be. We're all going to lay in the dark, and we're going to go back to sleep. Number 5. You have an appointment and no babysitter. Do you bring them with you or reschedule? Depending where we're going, I'm bringing my children with me. Depending if it was a doctor's office, I've been to the doctor's office with my children. Dentist, same thing. I'm bringing my children with me, and if it's a place that I know is sort of child friendly, I'm taking the children. If it's a place where I just know I'm not going to be able to handle the both of them there, I'm going to reschedule. Number 6. You have 20 minutes until an unexpected company arrives. Do you rush to clean up your messy house, or I promise I can read, or just figure, hey, it's okay, I've got kids? Depending on how bad the mess is. If it's dirty clothes, because I'm sorting out clothes, I'm cleaning that up. If it's like food and stuff on the floor, I'm going to sweep that up real quick. If it's like toys and stuff everywhere, and game system and controllers and bikes, I'm probably going to leave that. Dishes, maybe the same thing. Depending on who it is, who the unexpected guest is. If I wasn't cleaning up prior to them coming, when they arrive, they'll probably find me in the midst of cleaning up, so it gives the illusion that, yeah, my house is messy, but yeah, you seen I was trying to get it together. 7. You're running late. You only have time to do your hair and makeup. Which one do you choose? Hair. Because, you know, I ain't got to do this every day. I looked at my last Instagram post. The last time I wore makeup was 8 weeks ago. That's why my face may even look a little rusty. But it's been 8 weeks since I've worn makeup. So my hair comes first. As you guys know, I wear U-part wigs. If I only have time for hair and makeup, it'll be hair, because this face don't need beating too much, even though the beating does help a little bit. But yeah, I'm going with hair. You think you're at the park and another child pushes yours. You intervene and correct them, or go find the child's parent. Basically, I let my children deal with their issues at first on their own, depending on the age of the other child. I did a video last year sometime regarding my son getting on the school bus, having issues. But the majority, he dealt with the issues, and he just came back and told me. And I just let, when it's kids with kids, it's hard when it's your child, because you don't want your child to hurt physically or emotionally. And it's hard to not want to fight all their battles, but sometimes you just have to let them. So in a situation like that, if it's my toddler and another toddler and at the playground, somebody pushes her, I'm gonna let her deal with it on its own. If I see it, I know this sounds bad and people might judge me, but y'all gonna judge me, oh well. But if it gets like too much, and I'm gonna get up and grab her and I'm gonna say, okay, whose little girl, whose little boy is this? And say, well, you know, they're fighting, they're babies, you know, they don't know the extent, so I'm just informing you. But most of the time, I let kids deal with things on their own as kids. I try not to intervene because I always tell people, like, I'm overprotective in one instance, but not so much in another, because I allow my children to make decisions on things. I allow my children to deal with certain things on themselves, because they're not going to be children forever. They're going to be adults. So it has to come a point where they have to know how to do these things prior to becoming an adult, so they're not crippled adults and menaces to society, or just crippling society. And so that's just my thing. So when it comes to stuff like that, you know, that's just the way I handle it. So yeah, that's my tag, my mommy scenario tag. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything, leave them below, or my email, or anything else. But yeah, until next video, I'm out.